Today you look like someone who just escaped an unregistered marathon.
Not a marathon. I just survived a week of school. Totally different, at least marathons give you medals.
Your face looks like a phone displaying low battery shutting down.
Wrong. A phone at 1% can still be recharged. I'm in overheating. Please set aside mode.
What kind of war went down at your school this week?
Monday. Math test.
Sounds normal enough?
Normal for anyone whose brain still runs on the factory settings. The night before, I opened my book to study, then suddenly, I lost signal.
Fell asleep?
Not sleep. A total power outage. When I woke up, I had trigonometric formulas imprinted on my cheek. Bold font.
Don't tell me you went to school looking like that.
Of course. My classmates looked at me like I was a martyr for the cause of education. The teacher asked, "Did you study so hard you slept on the book?" I was about to nod to save face, but she stared for a bit and added, "Or did you just lose consciousness?"
No way out of that one.
In the exam room, my brain was whiter than the test paper. I wrote a very stylish, very refined intro, then stared at the prompt like two strangers who accidentally shared a table.
Did you manage to do anything?
I applied the desperate calligraphy strategy, writing beautifully, so the teacher would feel pity before grading.
That school of thought actually has a name now.
The peak was when the teacher stood by my desk for exactly 15 seconds. I stared at the ceiling with the expression of someone solving the secrets of the universe.
What were you actually thinking about?
Rice or noodles for lunch?
I knew it.
The guy next to me was flipping pages like he was signing a contract to buy a skyscraper. I flipped mine back and forth too, just for the atmosphere.
Creating that professional effect.
When the 5 minutes left call came, the whole class suddenly turned into a special forces unit. For the first 55 minutes, everyone was barely breathing. In the last 5, they became high-speed printers. I took the chance to draw an extra graph.
A graph of what?
A graph of hope. At least my paper didn't look lonely.
If the teacher sees that, she'll think it's contemporary art.
The next day was even worse. History.
Did you stay up to study?
Until 2 a.m. But the more I studied, the more the historical figures started to look suspiciously identical. Everyone had long names, everyone was serious, and everyone looked like they never slept.
That's not history's fault.
I woke up and forgot everything. My brain operates on a view once, don't save basis. I walked into class with the eyes of a man who had accepted his fate.
And then?
She called my name. My heart was beating so hard I was worried my smartwatch would call an ambulance on its own. I stood up very calmly, said exactly ma'am, and then my system crashed.
Mid-session maintenance.
The whole class went silent, like they were watching a movie with no post-production. The guy behind me was mouthing words to rescue me, but he mouthed so aggressively I thought he was cursing me out.
Overenthusiasm can be counterproductive.
Finally, she sighed and told me to sit down. No punishment. She just said, "You look very tired," but with a look that said, "Life is long, don't give up on the first floor."
That kind of look hurts more than a failing grade.
After that week, I realized a fundamental truth.
What truth?
You don't need to be an all-around good student, you just need to know how to act at the right time. When asked a hard question, nod slowly, look into the distance as if analyzing satellite data. Occasionally write a few words for effect, actually. I was writing "Someone Save Me."
School really is the greatest stage humanity ever built.
One day I sat in the library, opened my laptop, and pulled up Excel to look fancy.
To study?
To look times like I was studying. Inside was a list of movies to watch this weekend, perfectly formatted.
You live dangerously with a system.
It's all about the vibe. Dark circles under the eyes, coffee in hand, walking like someone handling an international crisis.
And sighing periodically like a CEO about to meet the shareholders.
Exactly. Without that vibe, the whole performance collapses.
But honestly, doesn't each passing week make us, more mature?
No, it just makes the dark circles more mature. I'm still exactly the same.
I have no argument to counter that.
I constantly wonder why school has to start so early.
Because someone somewhere, a long time ago, had a grudge against human happiness.
The Monday morning alarm is the only sound designed to legally destroy the human spirit.
I once turned off my alarm and went back to sleep. My mom kicked the door open with the speed of an action movie hero. She just said one thing: "Are you planning to graduate on vibes alone?"
Parents always have that endgame blow.
I sat up faster than a zombie hearing footsteps.
Do you know what keeps us students existing?
Tell me.
Caffeine, the delusion that we'll get to rest on the weekend and venting sessions like this.
But then the weekend comes with homework.
That's the scam of the century. The education system has painted a horizon that never gets any closer.
Tragic, but at least there's coffee.
And we have each other to complain to. If we didn't vent, the negative energy would build up and manifest as a pop quiz.
Don't even mention it.
But honestly, after this week, I feel like I've changed.
Stronger?
Not really. But I stayed awake for 3 consecutive nights without reaching full panda status. To me, that's an achievement for the resume.
Have you noticed something strange?
What? Our school has communication technology more advanced than the national broadcaster. No Wi-Fi needed, no signal, just a mouth.
Right! The teacher hasn't even finished writing the prompt on the board, and students have already analyzed it 3 times, complete with reader comments.
I swear, if we put 1/10 of our drama-seeking energy into studying, the whole school would have graduated from university by now.
You don't need high-speed internet, just someone whispering, "Hey, don't tell anyone, but..."
And it's over. Exactly 2.5 minutes later, the canteen knows, the restrooms know.
One day I had just pushed the door open to enter class.
And? The whole class turned to look at me with the eyes of a jury.
Oh God, that look. I'll hate it for the rest of my life.
I panicked, thinking I forgot a test.
But it wasn't? Turns out there was a rumor that I was in a relationship.
What? With who? The worst part is I didn't even know myself.
Haha, I can't breathe.
One kid even leaned over and asked, "You kept it so quiet, why didn't you tell us?"
The peak of the genre. When the main character is the last person to receive the notification.
I stood there like a supporting actor who wandered into his own movie.
So, where did the source come from?
The day before, I gave a girl a bottle of water.
There it is.
It was just a bottle of water. She was coughing, but through the lens of school, that action became the moment their eyes met under the fluorescent lights of Class 10A.
Some kid even said, "You guys looked so good together."
Students have a serious tendency to act like K-drama directors.
Meanwhile, I don't even have enough math points to stabilize my mental health, let alone fall in love.
That one actually hurt. I felt that.
The worst part is afterwards. Every time that person walks by, the whole table starts laughing like they're at a circus.
Oh, that laugh.
While you have to sit up straight, face cold as if you're taking notes, but your ears are beet red.
And in your head, you're calculating if you can transfer schools.
100% accurate. I went through the exact same thing, even lighter than your case.
Tell me, I just replied to someone's story. 1 line of text, no icons.
And the next morning, my best friend texted, "Let me know when the wedding is so I can book my dress."
They went from story reply to wedding reception that fast.
Meanwhile, I don't even know if the person likes tea or coffee yet.
The information processing speed of a student far exceeds any modern AI algorithm.
And you know the most classic line? The one every gossip uses?
Which one? I'm not one to gossip, but...
And after that "but" is information that will destroy lives.
Correct. That comma is more dangerous than a comma in a legal document.
Some kid approached me with the energy of an investigative reporter. Asked what?
I'm gonna ask you straight currently. What stage is the relationship between you two in?
Oh my God. They even ask for the stage?
I replied, the same species on the same planet stage.
Ha ha. You should have received a linguistics scholarship.
But they wouldn't accept it. They kept demanding more analysis. Because drama is the fuel that runs the school social machine.
One kid even said, "I notice the way she looks at you is different."
Students see things that even a microscope can't find. I don't even remember if that person was there that day.
Outsiders always observe more sharply than those involved. It's a law of the universe.
The other day I was eating a banh mi peacefully in class.
Yeah? A kid suddenly rushed in, panting. Hey, did you hear the news?
That voice, it never signals anything good. I thought there was a surprise test. My heart jumped out of my chest.
But it turns out it was even more intense. He told a story about two neighboring classes having drama because of a relationship. Detailed. With a timeline.
School is a soap opera that airs continuously with no finale, and everyone knows the plot suspiciously fast.
Someone even recounted the exact minute the incident occurred, when they were clearly sitting in a classroom on the third floor at the time.
The talent for synthesizing information from a distance, a skill not in the curriculum but one everyone masters. And school drama has a formula, have you noticed?
Tell me, it starts with a small, harmless event.
Then each person adds one more detail. By the end of the day, it's a series with plot twists, villains, and mysterious characters.
All it's missing is a soundtrack.
You know, I once heard a rumor about myself that I had to sit and think for a while to figure out who they were talking about.
What was it? No, you tell me. You have a rumor about yourself, too.
Well, people rumored I was cold, unapproachable. Like you can tell just by looking that he doesn't want to talk. Well, it wasn't entirely wrong.
Alex, I'm kidding. Just kidding. Go on.
The truth is, that day I was severely sleep deprived. I didn't have enough battery to smile socially, and so, the frozen image lasted for the whole semester.
Right. One morning of oversleeping can rewrite a person's entire social resume. I had a similar case, staring at someone in class.
And they thought you liked them? No. Behind them was a clock. I was calculating how much longer until lunch, but I guess my gaze was too deep.
And that was it. A deep gaze at a clock became a fateful stare at the person sitting in front. The next day, someone asked, "Were you staring at Lynn yesterday?"
When you just wanted to know how many minutes until you could eat. Exactly.
School is truly the ideal environment for imagination to evolve, especially in math class. When the brain can't process derivatives, it automatically switches to processing drama so it doesn't go to waste.
That sounds frighteningly logical. But I have to admit one thing. What?
Gossips always appear exactly when I need information most about myself. They're like NPCs giving quests in an RPG.
Welcome. I have news about your life. Press A to continue. And then, someone starts a story with, "I don't know if I should tell you this."
But their mouth is already grinning from ear to ear before they even step through the door. That's an early warning sign, level orange.
And have you noticed the people who claim to hate drama the most are usually the ones holding the most drama?
Exactly. It's their side hustle that they're better at than their main job. I once asked a friend, "How do you know everything?"
I don't know. It just reached my ears. Calm as if talking about the weather. School rumors don't just have legs. They have legs, wings, and they know how to sprint.
The worst is when you walk past a group chatting and they stop. Sudden silence. Everyone looks away.
That silence. It's heavier than homework. And your brain immediately runs the analysis program. They were just talking about me. Definitely. 97% sure.
Then you spend the whole afternoon replaying every moment of the day to find clues, while they were actually debating which milk tea place is better.
The human brain defaults to the worst-case scenario. It's a design flaw. Once I was walking and heard someone call my name from behind.
You turned around immediately? The speed of a survival reflex. You turned, no one called you, but your brain already imagined 12 scenarios.
Students have a special talent for creatively making themselves suffer. But honestly, if school didn't have these occasional drama bits, I'd probably be so bored I'd fall off my chair.
It's like salt in a dish. Too little and it's bland. Too much and you can't swallow it. As long as you aren't the central character of that episode, it's fine.
I just want to live peacefully. Come to school, study, go home, sleep. But the student life package doesn't include those settings.
Tomorrow there will be a new episode, for sure. And we'll still be sitting here analyzing like two uncertified sociologists.
Because humans can't exist without milk, tea, sleep, and drama. That's the most basic truth of student years. Not in the textbooks, but everyone knows it by heart.
Hey, Alex, do you ever feel like growing up is like a contract we signed without reading the fine print?
Not just signed by mistake. I suspect I was forced to sign it with indelible ink. This reality is a literal slap in the face.
When I was little, I thought growing up would be cool like an action movie, taking charge of life, spending money like water.
Well, now I do spend money like water, but it's like water evaporating, and I'm like an extra the director forgot about.
Exactly. Look at us, standing in front of a drink menu, and the psychological warfare is more intense than the university entrance exam.
The staff asks, "What size would you like?" And I feel like they're asking, "How do you define happiness?"
And you whip out the legendary answer, don't you?
Well, give me whichever size my wallet won't feel insulted by.
Truly the aura of a mature adult, sustainably broke.
I used to see adults sipping black iced coffee and thought it was a minimalist lifestyle.
Now, I get it, it's super fuel to stop the brain from auto-shutting down when the boss or teacher starts presenting.
For real, the childhood dream was to skip school. Now the reality is, skip one day and homework multiplies faster than cancer cells.
The scariest thing is that text. Hey, did the teacher mention anything today?
And the sender is usually the same absentee teammate as you. Two blind people leading each other into a dead end.
I used to dream about shopping without looking at the price.
Now you don't look at the price because you know if you do, your heart will beat faster than when you see your crush.
Every time I pick something up and put it down, I have to act out an internal monologue. This doesn't really fit my vibe, but in reality, my wallet is screaming, don't even dream about it.
That's called the skill of refusing with dignity.
And that life review at 2 a.m. is the peak of self-torture.
Oh man, the theater of shame is now showing.
My brain suddenly wants me to remember a grammar mistake from 6th grade, while it erased this afternoon's math formula without a trace.
That feeling is like waving at a stranger because you thought you knew them, and then having to pretend you were, just exercising in the middle of the street.
Basic survival skill. Is there any other moment you wanted to vanish from Earth immediately?
Plenty. The peak was when my hand slipped and I sent a burning heart sticker into the class group right after the teacher announced a postponed exam.
Muffled laughter. That was a legendary poking the bear moment.
What was scary wasn't the sticker itself, but the silence of 40 people for the next 2 minutes. I felt my soul pack its bags and leave my body.
Did you manage to dispose of the evidence?
Recalled it as fast as an ex-lover changes their mind. But someone still messaged privately, "Alex, you planning to use love to soften the teacher?"
Truly beyond saving. Technology really is the enemy of the sleep-deprived.
Hey, have you noticed the older we get, the more allergic we become to noise?
Totally. Back then, I liked big speakers and booming music. Now, someone chewing snacks too loudly makes me want to write a petition for world peace.
I fear the TikTok warriors who play clips on full volume on the bus. I look at them with the eyes of someone who has tasted too much suffering.
That's why peace and sleep are the two luxury items we crave most.
In kindergarten, being forced to nap was a punishment. Now, being allowed to nap is a gift from the gods.
Some days I sit in the library, eyes open, but my soul has already gone to meet ancestors from 8 generations ago.
The brain says rest, but the conscience says keep going.
And the result is, I fall asleep on my notebook, and when I wake up, my face has a mind map of history imprinted on it. Very artistic.
Our catchphrase is always, "Forget it, I'll start over tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be diligent."
And that tomorrow has its own schedule. It never aligns with ours.
I even tried downloading time management apps, decorating my journal like an artisan.
And? How many hours did that last?
2 days. By the 3rd day, I forgot my phone password.
Haha. Even though we complain like the apocalypse is coming.
Tomorrow morning, we still have to jump up, load the caffeine, and keep fighting.
Sounds a bit heroic, doesn't it?
Maybe it's just the sugar in this coffee making me a bit more optimistic.
Hey, I just realized probably no adult actually knows what they're doing, right?
Exactly. Everyone is just pretending to be professional while internally screaming for a help button.
Maybe your boss is Googling how to look like I understand what my employee is saying.
So, it's okay for us to be a little clumsy, as long as we're still sitting here complaining together.
Right. These silly stories today will be precious material for us to tell our grandkids later.
Back then, your grandparents had it rough, survived youth with only 1% battery, and a fierce faith in sidewalk coffee.
The title of that book will definitely be a bestseller.
The cover will be a kid with dark circles, but still giving a high five sign.
Thanks, Alex. Somehow venting makes life feel a lot less gray.
Because we aren't fighting this world alone, we're fighting it as a team.
That's a good one. Write it in your notebook now.
Nah, we'll probably think of a whole new basket of things to complain about in a bit anyway. Just enjoy the bliss of ignorance.